Hey guys, I just want to talk about something. Why do most people who live such cold lives want to watch the world burn? That's the question I'm wanting to get an answer about. And it seems to me that the people who live such cold lives want to watch the world burn. It is an emotional epidemic how people want to go and end up wanting to watch the world burn to the ground. Too many people who have been screwed over by life, and I'm speaking from experience, too many people have been screwed over by life. Too many people who have been screwed over by life happen to live such shameful lives. And it's not that I myself am like putting that very thing into the very nonchalant little practice of like living as if I wanted to watch the world burn, because believe me, I'm trying to change from that and changing from the nonsense that has plagued like a lot of my life. And too many people get brandished as the kind of people to have had an issue nonetheless. Too many people go and end up having constant problems, ongoing constant problems. And when I had lived, and I'm still living a cold life and wanting to watch the world burn, I'm trying to move on from that, and I want to know why. Why is it so hard to move past wanting to watch the world burn? All because of some nonsense that people like me should have never been going through in life. Too many people have been forced against their will to go through stupid shit that they should have never been put through. And I for one have been one of those very people, the very large majority of the people that has been put through that kind of shit. And living and being forced against my will to live a very cold life. Albeit it is that big of a problem and that big of an issue. How many people been pummeled, battered, bashed, beaten down, beaten up by life and battered by life And you know how bad it is. And you would know how bad it is to be beaten up, beaten down, beaten around, and battered and broken by life and circumstances. And then being forced into living a cold life and wanting to watch the world burn. How many people has lived like that? Living a bitterly, bone-bitingly cold life and wanting to watch the world burn as a means of wishful thinking, of getting revenge on society for forcing them to live like that, feel like that, be like that, and live that way. And to be that way, and to be treated that way. It's not exactly a very fun time. Not exactly a very fun time. And what I propose is that of watching every other person like being unjustifiably forced to watch everybody else succeed in life while being forced against your will to watch others reap what you desired to sow to succeed in. Why is that? That is a genuine concern. Too many people had plans, but yet we all know that there was too many cooks in the political kitchen. Too many cooks in the political kitchen that made people's lives like that. Too many of them. The political kitchen being dominated by controlling, outlandish, outcrying, outlying, socioeconomically discriminatory people in the socio-political kitchen. Too many of them became like socio-economical, geo-socio-political cooks in the kitchen who put policies as such in the likeliness of them being the ones to have had their lives uprooted early on. Oh, you gotta pay 100% of your bills, 100% of your wages to the government, to the IRS. Like, some people cannot afford to pay their bills. They gotta put food on the table and put food in their kids' mouths in this country. Too many people who were taxed into oblivion by the IRS and the United States American government. And so many kids in this country went hungry. So many kids could not, ask, oh, mommy and daddy, why couldn't you put me in the best schools? Why couldn't I get my favorite food? The best food, the food I like, the food that fills me up. Why can't I get like all my friends in school got? And how does a parent tell their kids they can't afford to put them in private schools because of tax, because of car, homeowners, ship, mortgage, business ownership, property tax, and all other taxes, paying insurance tax, healthcare tax, and all the other taxes, including utility taxes, and paying for such poor quality dental care and the eye doctor's visits, and paying and having their insurance covering such shit. And we all know, and also especially affording a lot of needs. Like, if a kid saw the greatest fucking pair of shoes, and that all of his or her friends had the same pair of shoes that just got plastered all over TV and all over the internet and all over the magazines, and got chucked onto store shelves, and they're like almost $1/3 of $1,000, and their parents can't afford to give them nice new shoes by a new up and coming shoe brand company. And even the most expensive shoes from long-standing companies, or let's just say a kid wanted a plexiglass fiber mixed with fiberglass and reinforced with steel core, a plexiglass fiberglass steel core based oak wood skateboard. That would be what, $600 or $700 online, possibly $800 in the fucking store, and that's including accessories, interchangeable parts, and the tools that comes with it, and the grip tape too, which puts it a little over $1,000 altogether, like $1,200 $1,200 for a skateboard as such. Or let's not forget a computer, a high-end computer, a high-end laptop for school. And let's not forget all that shit becoming the very thing that is so expensive. How many kids prayed, wished for, and had talked to their parents numerous times about hooking them up with such things, and they had to wait until either their birthday graduation or Yuletide, aka Saturnalia, to obtain as such, but can't get that kind of shit every fucking day. And they'd have to get scholarships, aggressive, like an aggressive lecture of scholarships and curricular activities, and acing all of them, and summer camp jobs, and like part-time, like on, like, let's say 3 days out of the week of that kind of caliber of part-time jobs during the summer in the mall, and then full-time summer jobs at like a camp. On top of that, when they get back into school, they'd studied hard, got good grades, participated in curricular activities and curricular school-based, school-bound clubs, and applied themselves aggressively hard in school to get the credentials and the scholarships and the diploma from school, and building up their academic and extracurricular resume to get a scholarship, and cashing in on all that like points to get into a private school based on a resume and credentials, and based on a scholarship as thick as the fucking Gospels, and treated like the gospel, the academic extracurricular Gospels, and being accepted into a private school based on that. Perfect attendance, 0 Fs, 1 billion% straight A's, getting 500% and 500 points on their record, and on every test that they've done. The highest, breaking the glass ceiling highest academic level of achievement to get into a private school. Whereas a private academy school for college kids, like a university, where the parents cannot afford it, but the scholarship, the academic curricular, academic and curricular and scholarship, and the resume, their academic and extracurricular resume, scholarship, and their diploma being built up and building up their academic and extracurricular reputation worthy enough of a private academy, a private boarding academy to be a part of. And some kids barely can get into a motherfucking college. College is expensive enough as it is. And a private boarding academy? School? Only those who were linked up with the United States president or aristocratic people with their aristocratic wealth and reputation on steroids could afford such a thing. Shit, if Elon Musk had a kid, that fucking child would have an easy access to get in. It's like if you mix like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Trump. Let me look up something. Five of the most richest moguls there's Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, Bill Gates, and that on top of that, Jeff Bezos and Steve Jobs. Yep. And Donald motherfucking Trump. Imagine somebody with those rich people mentioned. Imagine a super disgustingly rich person like that, but wrapping all those rich ass people, including Vince McMahon and The Rock, the richest people. Imagine wrapping all the richest people that are Americans up into one super rich person on steroids. A person like that, if their kids got into a private boarding academy school with ease, skipping the line, and even skipping university and graduate college, in college altogether. But those who live cold lives and want to watch the world burn cannot even afford to send their kids to such a super elitist on steroids type of like place of education, if you will. Like a super elitist like institution, like a super elitist educational institution on steroids as such. That would take billions, probably $20 billion per person. And those who live cold lives, who want to watch the world burn, don't have $20 billion to send their kids to such a school, such institutions like that. And that would be like government level. That would be government level educational institution. That is $20 billion more expensive than university. Universities would be like $1 million or so, or thousands upon thousands of dollars. And those who graduate from a private boarding academy school are the ones who get government grants after graduating and start multi-gajillion-dollar businesses. And we all know if those rich people I just mentioned came together, put all their wealth together, and that would be enough. Way over enough to open a private boarding academy school. You would have to be like being in the kaiju-sized club, or have family, a dynastic family with some skin with some thick as the Gospels type of dynastic skin in the socioeconomic game. In order to get on the wealthy elitist commission, to get a seat at the table of the trillionaires, billionaires, millionaires, quadrillionaire commission. And that is saying something. So many people who live the cold lives want to watch the world burn. And that is a fact. It's no fiction. It's no myth. It's a fact. Like an unrealistic, you'd have to have like an unrealistic amount of stacks. Big fat green rectangle paper stacks. Like an unrealistic amount of big fat rectangle green paper stacks to drop in order to pay for your kids' education. And you would spend your entire life, if you are an ordinary peasant, a super commoner on steroids, you'd be paying for it for the rest of your life until the day you die in order to pay for your kids' tuition in as such of an institution of education like that. Unless if you were a business like little buddies with an aristocrat who's also a little buddy with a billionaire elitist person. It's like if I became the little buddy of Donald Trump and Elon Musk and all the other wealthy motherfuckers on the face of the earth, I would become an aristocrat of Indiana. Shit. If I was the little buddy of Michael Jackson, if he was still alive, if I was to become a little buddy of his, I could get into said institution just like that. Because the wealth, the fame, and the success that Michael Jackson has, he's one of the wealthiest motherfuckers on the face of the earth. He worked his entire childhood in the music business. And his kids are trust fund babies, born into wealth. And that's a fact. No getting around it. That's a fact. Some people live cold lives and want to watch the world burn. That is what is happening in this day and age. But anyways, if you like the video, please like the video, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share the video. This has been Jason DeWeese, Vids over and out. Peace, y'all.